Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Bossylini 33, and while I'm walking, I'm gonna do story times. Okay, I know people been wanting me to do story times for a minute, so I am. So yeah, I like this type of weather. Hope it stay like this all night. It's not too cold and not too hot. It's just right. Okay. So I don't know why these people rushing me. Now they finna make me mad. Had a good day. It's might get close to 3 o'clock. They wanna interrupt me, make me mad. It's just dumb on a special day. Anyway, this is a story time about how I met Ted Bundy. Okay, he go by James Parker now. Okay, but he gone though. But got some kids by him or whatever. But anyway, this how I really met him. I met him a long time ago, like in the 80s or in the late 70s. It was like where wrestling was at. Like wrestling is at. Okay. So anyway, that day, told y'all a little bit of it though. It's my blowing they leaves. Hold on. You hear that car running. So yeah, anyway. Okay, so me and my family, we were having a drought, right? And so that means no gigs, no show, no money. We was just going through a drought, okay? Even if the Most High was taking care of us, we were still going through a drought, okay? Everybody do it, okay? Because something was not right in nature. Something was not right in the energy, is what I'm trying to say, okay? So we were going through a fucking drought. So I got into it with my daddy. Now, I think Ted Bundy is the type of guy that would get you if you like this movie called Rest Stop. That my grandma used to show me and the kids or whatever. It's a scary movie, actually. I'm gonna tell y'all before I tell the story. And the real ones know I ain't finna make nothing up. It's on camera, and I know what my soul tell me to say in my mind. So it's like this movie Rest Stop. We was like some college kids or whatever, and her mama told her not to go on the trip with her boyfriend and her two friends, but she didn't listen, and she went ahead and went. And the man that was killing people at this rest stop would get kids that they misbehave, okay? They bad kids, okay? Well, they say that shit in the Bible. Always respect your mother and your father, okay? No matter what they do, you gotta always respect them, okay? Or else they gonna get bad karma, okay? So with that being said, me and my dad got into it, okay? I don't know who he just got into, okay? He was like, I know you having all these babies and shit, and we going through a drought. That probably why the fuck we going through a fucking drought. The Most High trying to teach you a lesson. But, you know, Most High was stuck at that time, okay? You know, when it comes to something fucking up the real nature, the real earth, okay, his real planet, he gets stuck in, it's a drought for the whole nation, okay, type shit. So, you know, he was really on my case and shit, and he slapped me. My dad slapped me in my face. And, you know, I wanted to get back at him, and I'm like, he said some, I ain't gonna remember, dad said some really mean things to me. Talking about, you know, all you do is lay on your fucking back and having these babies and shit, and we having droughts and shit. Like, you fucking up the nation and shit like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, okay. So and he slapped me. And then, so to get back at him, I took his weed out of his chronic cabin or whatever. He had a whole bunch of weed. He had a whole bunch of weed in his chronic cabin or whatever. And he had a whole bunch of weed in his chronic cabin, and I took some. And you can ask my son Soldier Slim. He was there the whole time. Soldier Slim. You can ask my son. Anyway, you can ask my son, Soldier Slim, because he was there. And I was like, you know what? Since your grandpa said that shit, I'm going to show him. So I sold his weed or whatever because I was finna sell it. Okay, I was finna sell the weed or whatever. So he sounded like a drought. And he, you know, we needed some money or whatever. So that's what I decided to do. So me and Soldier Slim, we was outside by the stop sign, you know, selling drugs or whatever. I was trying to sell the drugs or whatever with my son. He was young at the time. It was really nobody on the streets. Okay? I think that's how illusion started coming too as well. Cause I seen this car pull up. He was in a yellow car. Okay, they always riding in yellow cars for some reason. It was a yellow car, I think. Or it was a red one. Either way, I had long hair then. He pulled up and I told Soldier Slim to stay by the stop sign. Cause I mean, even though he knew what I was gonna do, I didn't want him to actually see me do it. Even though he knew what I came to do though. So, he's right here, he's alive. Always been alive. But, so I went up to the dude or whatever. He was a white man. And I'm like, you know, he like he bought some weed or whatever. He was alright. He was cute, okay? Not my type, but he cute, okay? If you look him up on the internet as Ted Bundy, they always say he was charming, nice, charming. And so I went up to him, whatever, right? And when I first went up to him, he did have a woman in his seat, in the passenger seat, but she was asleep though. So I was like, you wanna buy some or whatever? And he was like, yeah. And I showed him the baggie or whatever. I don't know, weed or cocaine or whatever. I showed him the baggie or whatever. And that man grabbed the fuck out of him. He grabbed my hand. He like, oh, you ain't going nowhere. Then that's when I realized that woman was dead in the car. Cause when he grabbed me, the illusion broke. And it was kind of like the Grim Sleeper. Remember I just told you the Grim Sleeper had women on his car, outside his car, stacked up on top of each other. That type of shit Ted Bundy had, but it was an illusion over it. But once he touched my hand, it broke, and I seen the truth. So he started driving, and he got my hand or whatever. And yeah, it was a scary experience. I remember grandma always tell me, and my family always tell me, take a knife with you or a gun. At the time, I didn't want to take guns because guns kind of big. Okay, a knife is easy to carry. It's easy to hide or whatever. So he grabbed me. He tried to put me in the car. Literally, I'm in the car. That's how I seen all the dead black women. Y'all thinking he was killing white women. That was not white women. That was all black women, okay? Those was all black women. And we still got the car. That's how we know it was all black women. And like my head was in the car. He got my hand still. And I got my other hand free now. I cut him. I grabbed the knife out of my pocket, and I cut him. I cut his hand off, and I tried to cut something else off. But then he started rolling the window up, and my hair got stuck in the window because he rolled it up or whatever. And I just cut my hair off. Shit. I just, you know, to get out. Cause I'm literally like, he's still driving, and I'm just like, woo, like. So I was like, fuck that, I'm finna just go ahead and cut my hair off. So it took a long time for me to cut my hair off. But I finally did it, and I finally ran back to my son, Soldier Slim, and And we ran back home and we told Dad what the fuck happened. And then he called the police. And when the Most High got unfrozen. And when the Most High got unfrozen or whatever, and I went here and testified, and they finally put him in prison. And then when I got an audition to go on Star Search, and I sung the song, My Funny Valentine, and I won after I testified and put Ted Bundy in jail. So that is the story time on how we did kill him in prison. That he also told us about, we assassinated him in prison. Before we assassinated him, me and Bruce, that was after Jeremiah, me and Bruce decided to go to the prison thing to see what happened to Jeremiah. This one, he just told us this one little information. He said Jeremiah's on the black market now. It was not the dark web thing, it was called the black market. He was like, Jeremiah on the black market. And then that's when we did what we did or whatever. So yes, y'all. We still got the car put up. A lot of other women gone. You can also watch this episode called I Survived. One woman said I think it was on the Thought Catalog or Reddit, when they said that they experienced meeting Ted Bundy, but he was alive, still looking around Texarkana, Texas. He came back in '94. He was not done killing. Okay, he was very smooth with it. Okay, hopefully y'all enjoyed this story time on how I met Ted Bundy. Peace.